Hi everybody, Marie Chief here, and welcome back to yet another exciting episode of Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth Prosecutor's Path, episodes 1 through 5 beta. Last time, we finished up the previous case, the Forgotten Turnabout. This time, we're going to start up this case, the Grand Turnabout. And judging by that silhouette there on the left side of the screen, I'm guessing that our friend Sebastian is going to be making a return appearance, which is good because he just kind of vanished. Ooh. Weeha! What's happening? What's happening in here? Is that a hole? Is someone digging into the... Huh. I wonder if this whole case is just going to take place here again. That'd be kind of cool. Discovering new rooms in the building or something. Oh, hey! That's one of the guys who just, like, appeared, for, like, 5 seconds in the last case. They were like, we're shooting a movie here, and then he left. I totally forgot about that guy. Guess we're gonna find out what his deal is after we find out why there's an enormous, cow tar running around. Oh, does this take place, like, right after the last case? So, what are y'all gonna do now? Yeah, I guess it does. I reckon you're through being a prosecutor, right? Yes, that's true, I suppose. I'm no longer a prosecutor. However, you can't stop thinking about what Mr. DeKiller said, right? Indeed.
I congratulate you on resolving the case. However, can you truly say in good conscience that it has been solved?
This case isn't over yet. The person in the red hood who kidnapped Kay at Gourd Lake, and this letter from an unknown sender. Someone's schemes are at work behind this case. Must be tough having a case you just solved still nagging at the back of your mind. Well, I got some investigating of my own to be doing, so I'll be off. That's amazing! You've already decided on your next scoop? What are you saying there, Missy? Don't you be underestimating the likes of a lot of heart. I've covered a lot of scoops, you know. I always have an extra scoop or two up my sleeves. Yikes, what's that? Someone, please help! This woman is... What's happened? Somebody's dead! A monster... A monster? It's a scoop! A scoop's calling me. Please, follow me. It's this way. I guess this isn't a film set this time. Has something else happened? Again? I don't know. At any rate, we should follow her for now. Huh? These are genuine hoof prints. Hoof prints? Impossible. No animal could be this large. Mr. Edgeworth, look! Oh. Oh, hey! Hey! For those of you who never played Ace Attorney Investigations 1, first of all, this case ties back to a lot of stuff that happens in this game, so it might be worth revisiting that at some point. Second of all, Agent Lang is a guy who was in that game and is now making an appearance in this game. That's a neat little thing. Agent Lang. Why is he here? Ah, someone's on the ground. It can't be. Ooh, damn. Ooh. The president of Zhang Fa. Dijun Huang. Agent Lang.
Mr. Prosecutor, didn't take you long to get here.
What happened?
What happened? That's what I'd like to know.
It would seem that he's in a considerable amount of shock over the president's death. However, what exactly are these giant footprints? And what could have happened to the president? It's a monster! Monster? Yes, sirree. Looky here. Ain't no doubt about it. These are clearly the footprints of a monster. On this day, mankind received a grim reminder. We live in fear of the mighty Moozilla. Mighty Moozilla? This here's a scoop. I got myself a scoop. Man trampled to death by a monster. I reckon it'll be the top story in tomorrow's paper. What nonsense. There are no such things as monsters. Wait, it can't be.
I am Dijun Huang. I have heard of your deeds. You saved my country from a great crisis.
The real assassin was you all along.
That is correct. I received a request from a curious individual to take the president's life.
That man, could he have...
Hey, you! Were you the first to discover the body?
Yes, well... Agent Lang?
Lang Ji says, first come, first suspected. You! Did you really just discover the body?
Of course! Please calm down, you're scaring her. He does seem to have lost his composure.
Calm down? How am I supposed to calm down? Do you know who's been murdered? Dijun Huang, the president of Zhengfa.
Hold it!
Agent Lang, this isn't like you. When we first met, you had an army of subordinates under your command. And you boasted of having the highest arrest rate in Interpol. And what now? Did you forget the fundamentals of investigation along with all your men?
What did you say?
Instead of questioning people at random, you should investigate the crime scene first. Am I wrong?
I don't need you to tell me that. I'll do a thorough investigation.
Well, at least it seems he's calmed down for now. Mr. Edgeworth, let's investigate too. Yes, let us investigate. Right now, I do not have any investigation rights, but until the police arrive... What are y'all saying? Ain't it obvious who done it? The man behind it all is the mighty Moozilla. Well, I guess it ain't the man behind it, more like the monster behind it, you know? Good grief. Could you please just try not to interfere with the investigation? Shut your trap. You're the one who better not be sticking your nose in my business. I ain't forgiving you for messing up. I ain't forgiving you if you mess up my scoop. Excuse me. It's the woman who first discovered the body. I feel like I've seen her before. You're Mr. Edgeworth, right? Do you remember me? Yes. That case from before. Huh? Do you know her? Yes, I do. At least I think I do. My name's Kay Faraday. I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. My, you have such a cute assistant. I'm Penny Nichols. I'm an assistant at Global Studios. I'm in charge of the props and sets. It's nice to meet you. Okay, so I feel like this is some kind of throwback to like a previous case, but I don't remember Penny very well, if at all. I'll have to do some Ace Attorney wikiing later. Yes, that was it. I once handled a case that occurred during the filming of The Steel Samurai. This woman was a member of the show's staff, and she was involved in the incident. Oh, I wonder if that was, I wonder what game that would have been in. Well, I'll find out later. I must have met her on numerous occasions over the course of the case. but to be honest, I had completely forgotten about her. It's nice to see you again. The fact that you are here must mean that this place is... Yes, this is sort of an outdoor film lot for Global Studios. They're shooting a movie here right now. I was the first to arrive today to set everything up for the filming. But everything seems strange. Those giant footprints, and that dead body. I see. We shall examine the body. At any rate, could you please contact the police? Yes, right away. I'll have to take the time to listen to her story later. First, let's examine the scene. There are many things besides the body that concern me. I'll need to examine every nook and cranny of this place. Now, he said there are things beside the body that concern him, but I want to check the body out first. Wow, it really is the president. Yes, to think we saw him alive just a few days ago. That would make this a presidential assassination, right? This is a bit flashy for an assassination. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Well, actually, first of all, what's this horn? What's this white thing? Wait, is this a bone? Looks like we've got a new case on our hands. That bone would not fit in any part of a human body, but good try, Kay. It looks less like a bone, and more like some kind of horn. Oh, okay. There are no visible external wounds, but it's clear that he's already passed away. So then, I guess he really did get stepped on by a monster. That's impossible. Huh? Don't the president's clothes look a bit dirty to you? Indeed, there appears to be some sort of yellow stain. I bet it's monster drool. Kay, please be more serious. We'll need to have forensics take a closer look at this stain. So, this was the state of the body. I should make a note of it. Crime scene notes jotted down in my organizer. Okay, anything else happening here that we should be taking a look at? Is this like separate? I think this is all just part of his whole body, but let's check out his shoes. Okay, no. Yeah, I feel like that's his whole situation. It doesn't seem like there's really anything, because that's like part of, yeah. Let's back out. If we really need to, we can come back to that later. Ah, it's one of those sheets you lay on the floor when you're having a picnic. It's definitely a vinyl sheet, however, I don't think it's for picnics. Mr. Edgeworth, if I may, that's actually a waterproof sheet. It's used with the camera crane over there. We'll cover the camera crane with it when it's raining. Then this sheet must be pretty big. Yes, it would be pointless if we didn't cover up the entire crane. The weather was overcast yesterday, so we've been using it quite a bit. Okay. What's happening, Lotta? What do you want? I'm a busy gal. You best not get in my way. Why are you so obsessed with that monster? Such a thing couldn't possibly exist. What did you say? I ain't letting that pass. Moozilla lives. I'm sure of it. It's the mightiest monster on this side of the Pacific Rim. I don't suppose you have some kind of basis for that. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. What? You saw it? No way. Yes way. The mighty Moozilla really was here. Last night, when I was on the 51st floor of the Grand Tower. You mean when you was snooping around the black market auction? That's right. It was right around then when I took this here photo. That's the photo of the person in the red hood. This was Jill Crane, right? You see those blinds next to the red hood? Well, the mighty Moozilla was on the other side. But there's nothing in the photo. It's mighty hard to capture something like that from such a distance. Excuse me. It's mighty hard to capture something like that from such a distance. I forgot to breathe for a second. Ran out of breath. Oh, I'm good at being alive. But I seen it plain as day. Moozilla's giant eye was peering in through those blinds. The monster was peering in. Looky here. Now ain't the time for this. I gotta gather my materials. Y'all are in my way. Now go on, get. Shoot, shoot! How absurd. Mr. Edgeworth, you must be completely dumbfounded right now, aren't you? Wasn't that clearly written on my face? This seems to be the lighting equipment they're using for the film. Ah, that's right. There's something I wanted to ask you, Mr. Edgeworth. When I'm stealing something, can you use this to make me look cool in a spotlight? You want someone to shine a light on you when you're stealing something? Well, duh. If the Yatagarasa's handiwork can't be seen because it's too dark, wouldn't you feel bad for the people watching? You're planning to steal things with an audience looking on. There is a monster costume in front of this building. Mr. Edgeworth, is that really a costume? Maybe it's actually the monster who made all these footprints, and it just shrunk itself down. I'll say this one more time, so listen carefully. There is a monster costume in front of this building. It's just a costume. There go. Nah, monster. Alright, let's actually talk to Penny. I'm sorry about earlier. I was a little flustered. Were you here all alone? Were you here alone? Yes, I arrived before everyone else today in order to get things prepared. When I entered the lot, I immediately noticed those giant hoof prints. The monster's footprints, right? Weren't you surprised? Yes, because they hadn't been there yesterday evening. So that means the footprints were made last night. Well, when I first saw them, I thought they were part of the set. But when I got closer to the studio, I saw that a person had collapsed. You didn't notice until you walked closer. Lately, it seems my eyesight has gotten worse again, and my glasses aren't strong enough. As I approached the body, I finally realized what it was. I was so scared I ran away. And that was when she ran into us. You said they were filming a movie. Could it be The Steel Samurai? No. So it wasn't. He's so upset. We're making a monster movie this time around. Have you ever heard of the Mighty Moozilla series? I'm sorry, but no. Mr. Edgeworth isn't interested in anything other than the Steel Samurai, after all. That's not... I guess that's to be expected, as the promotion for the film hasn't really started yet. The Mighty Moozilla. Its revival breaks its 12 years of silence. It's the long-awaited sequel to the original series, so the staff are all fired up. The film is set at the Grand Tower, so we're filming on location around this area. Come to think of it, yesterday...
What's wrong, pal? Did something happen at the Grand Tower?
Cut! Excuse me. We're sort of in the middle of shooting a movie, and, I saw them filming something then. It must have been this. I bet it ends with Moozilla completely destroying the Grand Tower. I wonder. You'll have to look forward to finding out in the theaters. If you like, you can have this. Let's see. The Battle of the Century.
Now, it meets its greatest rival, Mighty Moozilla, versus Gordy.
Wait, Gordy? This time it won't just be Mozilla. A rival monster appears as well. Have you heard of it? Gordy of Gourd Lake. Ah, wasn't it the talk of the town 2 or 3 years ago? It's a mysterious monster living in Gourd Lake. By chance, someone took a photo of it. It wasn't just the talk of the town. It was also involved in a case from my past. Yeah, I think that goes all the way back to the first game. Gordy. Now there's a name I don't really want to remember. When the director caught wind of that rumor, he decided to add it into the story. I get the feeling he was a bit late to catch on. Please look forward to seeing the showdown between these two rival monsters. Monster movie flyer data jotted down in my organizer. Is there anything out of place with what I've investigated so far? Good question. Does this say anything? Okay, now you just look at the poster if you want. There's gonna be like some kind of contradiction in this photo, and I'm gonna have to spot what it is. Probably like point at the horn and be like, that's what that object was on the grind. Guess we'll find out later. For now, let's finish talking to Penny. I should confirm what the security situation was like at the scene of the crime. Ms. Nichols, was the entrance to this place locked? Yes, it's locked with this. It's one of those types where you have to put in the correct numbers to open it, right? About this combination lock, was it also properly locked today? Yes. When I arrived here today, it was locked tight. Who knows the combination? The producer, the director, the staff, and the actors. I think everyone involved in the movie knew about it. So anyone involved with the film could have opened the combination lock and gone in. Oh, didn't mean to push that button. Now we're scrolling through stuff. Yeah, gotta wait till it's done and then we can do logic. Okay. So I feel like we're not ready to make any connections with either of these quite yet. I think we gotta learn some more stuff first. Hey, Agent Lang.
Mr. Prosecutor, so we meet again.
Indeed. Just a few days ago, we met at the detention center. Agent Lang, what brings you here? Oh, you know what? I hope that I'm doing a consistent voice with him if he appeared in this game before. It's been several years since I started playing this, so I don't remember.
Just some boring work. Nothing you need to worry about. You always pick the worst time to show up. Anyone ever tell you that bad things happen when you're around? Just don't get in the way of my investigation, okay? I must avenge the death of our president.
I'm digging this theme. You arrived before us. What were you doing in a place like this?
You suspect me?
Come now.
I heard a scream. It was the woman who found the body. After hearing the scream, I came in through that entrance over there. Apparently, it wasn't locked.
Then why is there a lock on the grind over there? I should take a closer look.
When I got in, the woman who found the body was already running out the other exit over there.
So you came here around the same time we did. Why were you at the Grand Tower?
Well, I had my reasons.
He also said something along those lines when we met at the detention center. Maybe he's really a fan of giant monsters and he came to sneak a peek at the Mozilla set.
Giant monsters? I have no interest in such things.
He clearly doesn't think the murderer is a monster either. It's regrettable what happened to the president.
Yeah. Huang was the pride of Jingfa, and yet...
It seems like you were quite close to the president.
The previous head of the Lang clan, my father, served under President Huang. Protecting the life of the president has long been our clan's greatest duty. My old man received a great number of special medals from the president himself. As a token of his trust, the president left his will in the protection of the Lang clan. Those medals and that will, they were the pride of our clan. Our family treasures, so to speak. Who would have thought the day to unseal that will would arrive so soon?
So then, I guess the president was like a close family friend. Huh? But during the incident at Gourd Lake, why weren't you with the president, Mr. Lang?
Well, a lot has changed. It all happened over 12 years ago. Back then, he and the old man were close friends, and our clan protected the president's life. But then, he suddenly changed. It's as if he became an entirely different person. Nowadays, he doesn't even have a shred of faith in the police force of Zhengfa.
12 years ago. I wonder what went on then.
Even so, I still respect the man. Zhengfa is a small country, but he carried the nation with his strength. Damn it! Just what were his bodyguards doing?
Have you already contacted the embassy?
Yeah, of course. I've also informed Zhengfa and my clan as well. It's gotten pretty hectic there, what with the will and all. But it'll be the same here, once the bodyguards show up. If you don't want to see me rip into them, I suggest you get out of here soon. Mr. Prosecutor. Right now, I'm just a single Interpol agent, a literal lone wolf. They probably won't let me be in charge of the investigation. But you better believe, my fangs are as sharp as ever. I'll definitely capture the culprit with my own hands, and you'd better not get in my way.
Let's go look at the chain. Boom, 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 boom. Ms. Nichols, where does this entrance lead to? It's connected to the Grand Tower lot. Does this case also have something to do with that building? The building with a secret 51st floor where the black market auctions were being held. It wouldn't be strange if it was still hiding a few more secrets. Grand Tower dated, jotted down in my organizer. This lock and chain. Ah, someone cut through the chain. What? I'm sure it was locked up properly yesterday, though. Then it's possible the culprit forced his way in through here. Okay. So I feel like we're probably going to have to connect the logic to prove that, like, this probably wasn't committed by someone on the film set, because they would have just used the combination to get in. Ah! What is it? It's completely dented in. How did this happen? Oh. There is indeed a huge dent in the fence over there. Something rather heavy must have struck it in order to make a dent like that. It wasn't like that at all yesterday. It wasn't. So this dent was made last night. Okay, let's do some connecting. Come on, you know you want to let me do this. Good. The front entrance, which leads to the Tower Plaza, was locked with a combination lock. At the other end, the lock on the rear entrance, which leads to the Grand Tower, was broken. Now, where does this lead us? I know this one. The culprit entered from the rear entrance, right? Exactly. And knowing this, we now understand one more critical fact. The culprit must be someone who didn't know the number to unlock the combination lock. Right. If they knew the code, it would have been way easier to enter from the front entrance. Entering through the back door is common sense for a thief. It's much less conspicuous. We can't underestimate a culprit who thinks like a thief. Please keep your guard up. She sure becomes lively all of a sudden when this subject gets brought up. To put it simply, everyone involved with the movie knows the combination for the lock. In other words, it's quite likely that the culprit is someone who's not involved with the film. Combination lock data jotted down in my organizer. Can we do these? Oh! I thought it might be like something large must both have dented the fence and stepped on the president. But it's not a monster. I hate monsters. Okay, so, clearly there's something else we have to examine here. I thought I really got everything, but I guess not. Maybe we have to present something? Do I have to, like, present something to somebody? Like, let's talk to our buddy again.
You keep shoving irrelevant nonsense under my nose, and I'll chew it to pieces.
I think I should put this away for now. Yeah, I agree, Edgeworth. Alrighty. So, can't go upstairs. She's keeping me from doing that. Can't connect together the logic. Can't look at this ladder. Can we look at the gate? No. Maybe we do have to do more stuff with this. Oh, we can deduce now. Okay, so I bet I do have to be like, look at this horn. Clearly it came from a monster.
Eureka!
Doesn't this horn belong to that monster Moozilla? You're right. It looks just like it. Maybe it's a prop for the film. Based on the size of the horn, the head should be quite large. I wonder how it ended up here. I'm sure we'll find out if we ask someone from the staff. Okay, now we can't do this anymore. Let's talk to Penny. Yeah. About this horn, have you ever seen it before? Huh? That's Moozilla's horn. It's a model we made to use in our ad campaign. Where was it? It was on the ground by the back entrance. That's strange. Moozilla's head should have been stored on the studio roof. I suppose the head would have to be rather large, wouldn't it? Yes. It's not as big as the real thing, of course, but it's still quite large. Look, you can see it from here. Huh. Whoa. It's a big ol'... Oh, and it's missing like a little chunk of its horn. See? It's right there. It certainly is large. Okay. There sure are a lot of interesting things around here. It's the equipment we use for filming. The Moozilla costume and the camera crane. They really are treasures. I'm getting kinda excited. It's possible that some of this equipment was used in the crime. I'd better take a closer look. Can we logic any of this stuff? Hey, good. The dent in this fence and the broken horn. Neither of these things were there yesterday evening. Based on the fact that these two things have changed. Ah, could Moozilla's head have... Indeed, the head that was on the rooftop may have tumbled down onto the ground. This is a new possibility, which would mean that... We may have found the missing murder weapon. Ah, really? At the moment, I can only say that it is just a possibility. If the giant monster head had fallen off from the studio roof, that could definitely be a murder weapon. Ms. Nichols, may we investigate the studio roof? The roof? Okay, I understand. Go on ahead, but the stairs can be a little bit slippery, so please watch your step.
Mr. Prosecutor, I'm going to take my leave here for a bit. There's something I have to check.
Agent Lang. I wonder if he's caught on to something. Move it.
What'd you say? Guess you're just a brat with no manners.
And you're an annoying old man. Quit your yapping already. I'm terribly sorry. Come on, John.
Tch.
Oh, what were you doing?
Who was that?
Someone from the police. Why'd you suddenly pick a fight with him? That sure was a tense standoff. He didn't budge an inch even before Agent Lang. Allow me to introduce you. This is John Marsh. He's the lead actor in our movie. The lead actor? Is this child? Hi, I'm Kay Faraday. Nice to meet you. And this is Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth.
Prosecutor?
He's a pretty famous prosecutor, you know.
But he's not wearing a prosecutor's badge.
He's frightfully perceptive. John, it's probably better if you didn't go over there. That's certainly not a sight a child should see. However, he is someone involved with the case. I'll need to speak with him later. Okay, and we're almost at the 40-minute mark here, so we're gonna have to stop. On the next episode, we talk to John Marsh, we investigate the roof, and we get one step closer, one of many steps closer, to solving the mystery of how the president of Jangfa was apparently assassinated by an enormous movie monster. Bye for now.